Hi everyone, I'm Whitney and this is Come Home for Comfort. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is not one that I filmed in the winter, even though I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I'm wearing a sweatshirt because, like the rest of the country, it's unseasonably cold for April. It's like 51 degrees in South Carolina today, which I know sounds like super warm to all of you that have snow, and I'm very sorry. But it's really cold here. Cold for spring. So I am enjoying the chance to wear some of my favorite cold weather wear. This is my Be Kind sweatshirt from Sense of Style that I love. I have a kitty right here next to me, so that's, if you see like a little pair of ears or a tail, that's what's over here. So all right, so on today's video, I am talking about a few things that I always have in my car. This is not necessarily like a helpful video, like 5 things you should keep in your car. It's more of a confessions almost kind of video, 5 things that I just always have in my car. So here we go. So the first thing I try to always have in my car is a snack. I have low blood sugar, and if I get hungry, I get cranky and shaky, and the day is just not the same. Like, really, it's not. So I always keep something hearty in the car, like a granola bar. I think right now in my car I actually have a little like Slim Fast meal replacement cookie that I got as a sample from Pinch Me Samples, the little boxes you can sign up to receive. That's in the car, which is helpful just because you never know if you might get stuck in traffic or the day just kind of doesn't go the way that you thought, or you're on your way to church and you're starving and didn't have time to grab breakfast. It's always a good idea to have a snack in the car. Something else practical that I try to always keep is a package of these little moist face and hand wipes that I get at Dollar Tree. There's 20 of them in a pack, and they seal nicely. They stay nice and moist for a long time. I love these. They're really nice because you can use them to clean your cell phone. You can use them on your hands or your face, like as a napkin even, if you have some kind of crazy spill, which I am prone to. I do have about a 20-minute commute to my part-time job, so on the days I have to drive to work, sometimes I drink my coffee in the car or drink a smoothie. Sometimes things just happen. It's nice to have a wipe in case. Something else that I have in my car that might be kind of old school is CDs. This is a Southern Gospel CD. My favorite group is called Brian Free and Assurance. I love Southern Gospel music, and so I always have CDs in my car. I actually don't have any music that's digital. All my music is on CDs. I don't have room on my phone for any kind of extra storage. It's full of pictures and videos because I use my phone for a lot of my blogging and YouTube, so I just don't have room for that on my phone, and I don't really want to mess with having to download it. Everything I want is on a CD. I work at a radio station, so I often get CDs that are either old ones or things that come in as PR samples, so I don't have anything that's digital. So if I want to listen to anything, I just pop in a CD, or I do love the radio too. I love country music also, so there's 3 country stations in our city that I can choose from. So I don't have Sirius, I don't have anything that's new. I just have CDs and the radio. I'm old school, and I'm proud of it. Peggy was sitting on my next thing. I had to pull it off from underneath her, and if you know how big she is, you know that was not an easy task. Something else I always have in my car are these reusable shopping bags. This one's from one of our banks here in town. I just always like to have them on hand. I shop at Aldi, so you always need bags when you go into Aldi, and I've also found them to be helpful just like at random times. If I'm doing an event for work or I need to carry a lot of things in and out at once, I just throw everything into one of those. I also do keep some like plastic bags. I couldn't think of what they were called. For instance, today I went to Aldi and I bought a whole chicken, and I put it in one of those little plastic bags that you can get it at the meat section, but it was still kind of wet and icky, so I just threw it in one of those bags so that I didn't ruin one of my reusable bags. But in case you did not know, those reusable bags can be washed in the washing machine. I think it was a gallon of milk from Aldi that was already leaking or leaked in the car, and I had milk all over my trunk. It was a huge mess, and all of my bags got milk on them, and I was afraid they were gonna smell like spoiled milk after a while. I wouldn't have known because I can't smell, but I didn't want my car to stink. So I threw all of my bags in the washing machine. I even had some like burlap ones. Threw them all in the wash, washed them on gentle cycle, and then line dried them, and they came out good as new. So there's a tip for you. And the last thing that I always keep in my car, which is also kind of a confession, is a trash can. This one is from actually my office. The one I have in my car has a plastic bag lining it. And the reason I always have a trash can in my car is not because I'm a neat freak, but it's because I am prone to car sickness. And about 8 years ago, I was driving by myself on a very windy, very narrow mountain road, and I was sick. And I had nowhere to pull over, and it was just not a good thing. I will spare you the details, but I had to just drive after having been sick for about 10 minutes and then pull over and clean my clothes off. It was awful. So ever since then, if I'm gonna drive anywhere that I think I might get sick, I just go ahead and grab my trash can and put it in the passenger seat just in case. It's never happened since then, but man, that was not a pleasant experience. So those of you that have kids that often get sick in the car, it's a good idea to have a trash can. You probably already do because you know what that's like, but a trash can with a liner so that you don't have to rinse out your trash can. It's always a good idea to keep in the car. One more thing that is also a confession, I almost always have one of these two things in my car, and I'm sure that I'm not alone, so you have to let me know in the comments below if this is you too. I either have something needs to be returned, usually to Target, or I have a huge bag of things that need to go to the Goodwill in my trunk. Often I have both of those things in my car. So much that almost every time that we go somewhere, Paul and I together, and we go in my car, we usually go in his car, but if we go in my car, he just gets in my car and drives right to Goodwill because he knows that I almost always have a bag that it's not that I'm lazy, I just forget that it's back there and I just forget to take them. So it's still clutter if it's in your trunk, and that's a bad habit that I have, but it just happens. And I actually this morning went to Target and I remembered that I had a shirt in my backseat that needed to be returned. I took it in, so at this moment I don't have anything in my car that needs to go to Goodwill or to be returned, but I'm sure that won't last long. All right, that's it. Those are the things that I usually have in my car. I would love to know in the comments below if you identify with any of my things. Are you a CD person? Do you like the radio? Are you prone to car sickness? And do you always have a return or a Goodwill donation in your trunk? Let me know I'm not alone, because I'm sure I'm not. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Oh, are you gonna be in a video? Oh, beggars. Come here, sit down. Come and sit down. You wanna be in the video? No, you just wanna eat this plastic wrapper I have, don't you? All right, you sit right there. Okay. Can I have this, please? You're sitting on my bag. I have to show this to the camera. Can I have this? Move your little paw. Move your paw. Can I have it, please? It's not a game. I just need it for a minute. Okay.